Now I wanted to show you a trick for finding the center of mass of an object. And this is less useful in word problems and more useful in real life. So the idea is this: if we have some funny shaped object, it might not be easy to look at it and see where the center of mass is. But if we take that object and hang it from a string, so we have a I don't know, I should have thought of something funny to draw. Some rectangle thing hanging from a string. The center of mass has to be directly under the string. Or in other words, the string has to be in a line pointing to the center of mass. And the reason is, if that was not the case, if this were tilted up like this so that the center of mass were off to the right, we can think about the torques. So here, this is supposed to be like, the center of mass is to the right of where this string is. We're going to have a net torque about the center of mass, right? So in this case, if our center of mass is here, we have gravity down at the center of mass, and we have tension up. And so the result of these forces offset from one another is that we're going to have a net torque that's going to want to turn this clockwise. Here, if our tension is up and gravity is down, and they're in a line with one another, our torque is equal to 0, and this is not going to turn. So in other words, if these two are not lined up, torque is going to make this turn so that they are lined up. That's just kind of a fun fact. And now we can see at least one example of why it's kind of useful. So here's a binder with all of my Physics 106 notes in it. So I don't have any string to hang this from, but I'm just going to kind of hold it loosely between my fingers here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line straight down from where my thumb is, from where I'm holding it here. That looks pretty straight down. So the center of mass, wherever it is somewhere along this line. Now I'm going to do the same thing at the other corner. So I'm going to hold it at this corner, let it swing a little bit, make sure it's at its equilibrium point, and draw a line straight down from here. And where these two lines cross, this should be the center of mass of my object. So I'm going to see if I can get it to balance on my thumb at that point. Not very well. Oh, that's better. Okay, well, anyway, maybe not an exciting demo, but at least a good graphic way of where you can, kind of visualize where the center of mass of an object is, right? If it has to be under this point and under this point, we can draw lines, and where they meet is the center of mass.